Welcome back, brothers and sisters of Christ. My name is Brianna and I'm back with another video. And for today's video is, what does being a Christian mean? A lot of people have this misconception that being a Christian means to be perfect, to let people do or say anything they want to you. But no, being a Christian means so many things, y'all. And just to get into a few: repenting daily, picking up your cross and denying yourself daily, forgiving, building a real relationship with God, reading his word daily, live according to his word, saving souls, help people, place others before ourselves, sacrifice, obedience, spreading the gospel, praying daily, taking care of your temple, your body, self-control, self-discipline, being loving, being kind, having boundaries and setting boundaries, putting God and his word first, giving back, having faith, trusting in God, believing in God, even suffering and enduring suffering. There's literally so much to being a Christian than what society thinks and believe a Christian is. But one thing for sure, two things for certain, it definitely does not mean that we're perfect and we'll be treated like crap. So we can go ahead and kill that whole thing, that false narrative of Christians. But what I will say is, those who are real, true Christians or striving to be a real, true Christians are very strong individuals. Because the things you face as a Christian, the things you face as a true Christian who is not willing to compromise is enough to make others throw in the towel, baby, and give up, which we see daily. The disrespect, the rejection, the judgment we face, it's literally unreal. Especially coming from a world of people who claim that we are the ones that reject people and judge people and disrespect people. But it's not talked about enough how that's actually, I understand that it happens both ways, but it's not talked about enough that we go through the same thing. People judge us. They see a Christian, they hear the word Christian, they see you dressed up, go to church, and they frowning their nose up at you. You know what I'm saying? People reject us daily because we're a Christian. People disrespect us daily because we're a Christian. People think when you decide to be a Christian, boom, you're supposed to be perfect, you're following all the laws. And no, that's not the case. Being a Christian, baby, you're a true soldier of God. Being a true, real Christian, because we know people say it, they claim it, but they ain't living it. So being a true Christian, you are a true soldier of God. You're stronger than you think, baby. You're strong for holding on to the word of God. No matter how hard it gets, no matter how many people turn their backs on you, lie on you, discredit you, you still stand 10 toes, baby. That's a true soldier of God. People think following Christ is an easy walk and journey, but it's actually very difficult because you have to have self-control and discipline, as I mentioned before, which takes time to obtain, for one. And that's one of the things that sets us apart as his children of God, because most people are not willing to even try to have self-control or discipline, for themselves. They rather satisfy their flesh daily. And once you accomplish self-control and self-discipline, you're able to kill your flesh and satisfy your spirit in God. It takes a lot of work. You have to train your mind. You have to be willing and you have to be determined. And everybody can do the things of the world, but you have to be a strong individual to truly follow Christ. We may make it look easy, but it's not. And although we don't need no credit, but we don't get enough credit, but I'm sending words of encouragement to my fellow brothers and sisters of Christ that are on this journey, because we know it ain't easy. And I know I made a video saying that it's harder to be in the world, for me personally, and honestly, that still remains. But following Christ is hard too, for different reasons, for different people. It's a different type of hard, but in a good way. My phone talking about it ain't got no storage, child. The enemy is working to not get these words across. So, like I said, being a Christian can be hard for different reasons for different people. It's a different type of hard, but in a good way. But some of the things that can make it hard being a Christian is the constant spiritual warfare. Attacks, people turning on you, people being jealous of you, people not liking you for no reason, losing people, loneliness, can't find people that understand you or relate to you, feeling like you're not doing enough, feeling like you're disappointing God, people thinking you're weird or crazy, crazy, constantly being judged, constantly being talked about, people thinking you don't have feelings and emotions, so they purposely treat you bad to see your reaction, people discriminating against you, you know, because they know you follow Christ, you know, the temptation, feeling left out. It's literally an everyday battle, you know, for some people in different things. But people always think about where you used to be, you know, what you've been through and where God has brought you from, and use that as motivation to keep you going. You know, that's what I always do when things get difficult, because there's no way I'm going back there. So I'm going to endure whatever it is I got to endure to follow Christ, because I don't have no interest in going back to the world. But life is going to be difficult whether you follow Christ or not. Pick your heart, baby. Pick your heart. That always get me back in the game, and praying, of course, reading my word, of course, but that's a great motivation to have. But, you know, it's no walk in the park to follow Christ. It's no walk in the park to be a Christian. And only the strong survive. And you was built for this, baby. If you still in this, you built for this, because you must be willing to deny yourself daily and pick up your cross. And everybody not ready for that type of pressure, baby. I'm telling you, everybody not ready for that. You know, people hold you at a high standard and expect you to be perfect because they don't know what it truly looks like to follow Christ. You know, they judge you, they mistreat you. You know, they wait for you to slip up too. You know, people don't understand the pressure of being a Christian. They don't understand. They don't know nothing about it. They don't know the half of being a Christian. They think you just, oh, you're supposed to be perfect. You're a Christian. You're doing this. You're saying that. Baby, this is a battle. It's a battlefield sometimes. You know, enduring temptation and different stuff. People are trying to change and be better. They're fighting against their flesh and their spirit. People don't know the half about being a Christian. And it angers me sometimes, because people think they know and they just judge us. And you're not supposed to be doing this. You're not supposed to be saying this. But it's so funny, because if a Christian tell you you're not supposed to be doing this or saying this, they're going to quick to call you judgmental. But if a Christian is found doing something that they should be doing, that they're working on, the people that's in the world will be quick to judge those Christians. So how does that? Both parties are judging each other in the end. But only Christians get blamed for it. Only Christians get called judgmental. But on this walk, if you're on this walk, you keep going. You are stronger than you think to be a follower of Christ. It takes a true soldier to be a true follower of Christ, baby. Anybody could be of this world. But to deny yourself and pick up your cross daily, to have self-discipline, self-control, to resist temptation, oh, baby, you is strong. And you better keep going. If this word is not for you, it's for somebody else. Remember, I'm telling y'all this because I love y'all. God bless.